London, it's 10:30. Can you contact Victim Services for this call?
Victim Services, how can I help you? Okay, we can dispatch a team out to you as soon as possible.
On average, Victim Services responds to 270 calls a year for support across Huron County. Calls come in from the OPP, the Wingham Police, emergency medical services, and local fire departments. We also respond to calls from our community stakeholders, such as the Children's Aid Society, the Women's Shelter, and Victim Witness Program out of the courthouse. The calls we support span a variety of scenarios, from environmental disasters like the tornado in Goderich back in 2011, barn fires, house fires, and fatal car crashes, as well as domestic violence and sexual assaults. We respond to any tragic situation. If it happens to be a situation where domestic or sexual violence has taken place, we can help the victim get to a safe location or have the door locks rekeyed for their future safety. If it happens to be a drowning at the beach, our volunteers can attend with officers to notify the family and then stay to offer support in preparation for the next steps, such as funeral arrangements. We can help make those difficult phone calls to the extended family to make them aware of the devastating situation.
We have found that Victim Services in Huron County plays an integral and vital role to the support of victims. Without Victim Services, our victims across the community would be left to find resources for themselves. So we are able to continue doing what we do as the police when Victim Services comes alongside in various circumstances to provide the needs and the supports that our victims deserve and are entitled to.
Victim Services provides support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all across Huron County. You can't schedule where or when tragic circumstances happen to you, so we are available at all times. Nobody should be alone during life's tragic times.
I was hit by a car when I was riding my bike, and I was taken to Goderich Hospital. The hospital phoned my husband, and all this was happening when I had no idea what was going on. I was knocked out, I broke my back. They were going to fly me to Victoria Hospital in London, and when Theo and the kids got to the hospital, that's where they met Victim Services. They were there to meet them and help them sort of navigate what was going to happen next. The biggest help that Victim Services provided for my family was, even though I didn't know it at the time, after the fact, knowing that somebody was there to be with them when I couldn't be, because I was the one in the situation.
Victim Services is funded by the Ministry of Attorney General for the basic expenses. However, due to the nature of our work, there's extensive training required for our volunteers to ensure they are equipped with the tools necessary to carry out their jobs. With the generous contributions from our community, we can continue to provide the best services possible to people impacted by crime and tragic circumstances in Huron County. Every dollar raised goes back into supporting the victims and volunteers in our county.
It's hard to think that you would ever need the services that Victim Services provides, but people should know that they're there so that when those terrible things do happen, you know that someone will be there to support you, or you know that you could call them to help someone else that's in need, and they'll be there for you.